Full duplex is an amazing feature in all Flex 6000 series radios that allow you to actually hear your transmitted signal. It's better than monitor because you're actually decoding what you're transmitting. You're actually grabbing the RF signal that's going out on the air, and you're listening to it. Now, it's a little hard for me to actually demonstrate what I'm going to hear, but I think we're going to be able to walk through this and you'll see what's going on. But full duplex is used a lot by satellite operators because they want to listen to their downlink, and if you're using transverters and such. But I often laugh because I'll be listening at 80 meters at night, and without fail, any given night, there's a bunch of guys all over 80 that are holding court, just having their whole conversations, which is cool. And then somebody will invariably break in and say, "Hey, I'm just doing a signal check or an audio check or something like that," and they go, "How do I sound?" And then they'll all come back with about 7 different options about how they sound, and ultimately you end up trying to tune your radio to how your friend or somebody you don't know wants them to set up how they want you to sound. And to be honest, I want to set up my radio how I want me to sound. Now, I'm not about FM quality on sideband. That's just a personal preference. Yours may be different, and this will allow you to do that. But I do want to make sure I'm heard. So I tend to have a little less bottom end and a little more higher end, so it's easier to pull me out of the noise. So hey, Jeff, how are you? And hey, Chris, thanks for joining. So we'll go through that. So I will pop up. So my Smart SDR is here on the monitor with the camera, and then I'll look over here where I can see what I'm broadcasting. So my broadcast studio is there. So let's add Smart SDR to the stream. And I went up to 28 megs. Geez, I should see if if it's there. Yeah, it is there. Every time I change bands, I hit tune and I check my SWR. All my antenna switching is automatic, but things go wrong. Something doesn't power it up. So I just hit my tune button here. My SWR is below 2 to 1. I'm happy. I know I'm either on the right antenna, or if I don't hear anything because this is 10 meters, maybe I'm on the dummy load. But here we're on 10, and we'll just zoom in a little bit. So we're clicking in the bottom left. Hopefully you can see the mouse. So in order to use full duplex, we need another receiver. And you can do this. I'm going to show it on Smart SDR. The procedure applies to using a Maestro as well. The buttons are in a little bit different place, but you can do it as well. So I'll try to do this like I'm on a single spectrum capture unit radio, which is like a 6300, a 6500, or a 6400 series. Hey, Lester. And good morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another receiver. So we go over here and hit plus. And that automatically, because I'm in sideband, and this is a feature, puts it at 5 kilohertz. And that's because maybe we want to work a de-expedition, or some guy is saying, he's going up 5, which is sort of the normal. And Ken, that's my real 10-meter noise level. That's pretty good. I don't think I have any preamps on. Let's look. Oh, I do have most of my preamps on. In fact, you can see it on the screen. By the way, in case you want to get rid of this stuff here, you can just click there and that goes away, in case you didn't know. And the angel button down here gets rid of or hides the stuff on the right. You can bring it back, and you can actually drag this stuff out. So let's drag out the. Oh, if I drag it out, you can't see the equalizer, but you can move these around to what's important to you. And also, you'll notice that my mic is active here. That's because I have a FlexRadio will do that. Allow you to monitor your transmitted microphone while in receive, and that's a setting in settings, radio setup, and I do not want to do that. That's the wrong click. Settings, radio setup, and you can see that. That's good. And I think it's in phone CW. Enable, disable level mic reader during receive. Great feature. Great. Love it. Use it all the time. So you can check your mic gain to make sure long before you get on the air or even hit the transmit button. So we'll close that. All right. So we've got 2 here. We're going to want these on the same frequency. So of 28800. So I can just go there and I can type 28800 and hit enter. And now we're both on the same frequency. Okay, so that's cool. We're going to leave these are the antennas. We're going to transmit on this one. So actually, I lied. We're going to transmit, in my case, on slice A. We're going to transmit on antenna 1 because that's my 10-meter antenna. But let's go over here on the receive, because this does not have a TX set. And in the blue, which is transmit, and in the blue, which is receive, and in the red, which is transmit, we're going to drop that down, and I'm just going to go to RXA. The noise floor is a little higher here, and there is a receiving antenna on RXA. It's a DX Engineering active whip. And next I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my power way down to almost nothing. 1 or 2 watts is fine. And so that's good. And I put headphones on. So let's make some audio changes as well. Let's mute the transmit slice just because, to get that out of the way. So that's muted. You saw how I did that. Click there, or I can just turn the volume down, or both. And we'll go over here, and this is the volume we're going to want, and make sure that that's something you can use. Who else we got? Hi, Ron. Good morning. By the way, this is the automatic gain control threshold. We'll do another talk on how to set that, but almost never 100 and almost always below 50. Depends on your system. It's written up in the Smart SDR manual. So anyway, getting back to this, we're going to transmit on 28800, and I've got a dummy load, or I could have a dummy load. In my case, I have an antenna hooked up. And we're going to receive also on 28800. And then down here in the bottom left, we're going to turn full duplex on. And what that means is when we go into transmit, we're not going to mute the other receiver. So all you do at this point is you're done. That's your setup. We're transmitting on in red in antenna 1, and we're receiving on RXA over here on this slice. Now you can just hit the MOX button or hit your foot switch, and you can now play with your equalizer to get the sound you like. Put some headphones on. There will be a bit of latency. I think it's about, I'm not even going to guess. There's a little bit of latency. It sounds a little strange, but you can sit there and go, hello, hello, hello. And you'll go down here and enables processing. You can turn that's for a controlled envelope single sideband. You can turn this monitor off because we don't need that monitor. We don't need DAX. And hey, Cal. And or anything else. So just hit MOX. See, we got my power down. I'm on an antenna, and I don't know what this is going to sound like, but if I went like that, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in upper sideband on both, and we'll hear that on this receiver. A little visual, by the way. You saw when it was peaking 1, 2, 3, 4 that it's a little heavy here on the bottom end because those are peaking higher than the mid end. I could trust that. I can start dragging that down, and that will make a difference. The other thing I want to really show you is if you're using controlled envelope single sideband or DX, take this low cut here and you want to pump it up. Now, you 80-meter FM broadcast guys will be saying, "Oh no, I want that bottom end boomy, Venus flytrap WKRP in the middle of the night sound." I cut it pretty high because I want the highs of my voice to get out. Bob Heil did an amazing talk on this back on one of the Twit TV presentations years ago, and you can go find it. So, and you also want to make sure you stay on the right frequency. So that's it. That's how you use full duplex. The low cut filter this is called the high pass filter. So we want to broadcast everything above 350 hertz. You'll see it there. And I don't think I have show the bandwidth. Let's see. Settings, radio setup, phone. Is it in transmit? Show TX and waterfall. Okay, that's fine. So that's sort of it. And I hope that helps you how to use full duplex. When you're done, you can turn it off, and certainly much better than monitor for allowing. Oh, I know one thing very critical. So this could be a little unusual. So this is a dual function equalizer. And what this is telling me right now, and this is why we didn't see a change when I was mucking with it, is I've selected the equalizer for transmit, but it's not on. So now we're going to turn it on, and let's watch that waterfall again. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. I can see that the bottom end is a little lower than it was before. And and that's what that means. So equalizer's currently on, enable equalizer for transmit. If you want to see your receive equalizer, click here. It's flat, and if you want to use it, you turn it on. By the way, this is a very, very powerful tool, and I don't think people use it that much. I don't know many that use it. I learned to use it. If you're hearing somebody a little hard to pull out of the mud, and maybe their signal's really bassy, take out some of the bass and try this on some signals. You'll hear, if you drag down, you don't have to go that far, but if you drag down the receive EQ and kill that, you'll find that you can actually hear their dialogue better. So it's a very powerful tool as well. So I hope that helps you out a bit with full duplex. And I think it's a very powerful tool. You don't now have to rely on somebody else telling you exactly, hey, how do I sound? And do your own. And then, you know what, if you got 2 or 3 mics, this is a cost $30 headset. It's really got a ton of bottom end, and I didn't realize how bad it was till I listened to it. So I have a mic profile set up with it that it's, it almost cuts 63 and 125 way down, and it started to sound a little better. And I also learned, because I bought a bunch of them for a project not related to ham radio, that I had 3 of them and they all had different mic shapings. So I don't know what the element was that was in there. But if you've got a desk mic or a contest mic or whatever, this allows you to shape it the way you like and then save the mic profile to your liking. So have a great day. Pleasure to talk to you all. We'll probably see you again Friday afternoon. And I got to find a guest. I don't have a guest for this week. So yes, Cal, you missed the beginning. We are having a little issue with the community today. Not our problem. The Flex community is down. Get Satisfaction is owned by a company called Sprinkler without the E in the end, so SPRINKLR. For some reason, they disappeared this morning. We did get notice they were shutting down, but this seems a week premature from you people being able to see it, and we were supposed to have access to our data beyond that for our migration, which is not a trivial exercise. So in case you don't know, anybody that has these communities, it's actually a service they pay for. And we pay a lot of money per month for rental. It's not a $50 a month utility or a tool or whatever. It's a significant corporate investment. So and Kevin, you can, when I stop, you can start over, and of course there's my house phone ringing, but you can start over and see it from the beginning. And it's also on YouTube. 73 all. I'm Mike, VA3MW. Take care and have a good day. Now I just have to find the monitor. Here we go. See ya.